Hey there. So, if your machine's motion has been feeling a little off, there's a good chance the counterbalance system is the culprit. Today, we're going to tear a page right out of the official service manual and walk through the exact diagnostic procedure step by step. Let's dive in. So, does this look familiar? Is your machine's cross-slide giving you a headache? Maybe you're seeing some jerky movements, or you're getting errors you just can't seem to pin down. If you're nodding your head right now, stick around. We're about to figure out exactly why. The service manual points to three classic red flags. First up, jerky, stuttering movements when you're expecting a nice, smooth glide. Second, an axis that just slams to a hard stop after a rapid move. Ouch. And finally, the machine just keeps throwing excessive error codes at you. If you're seeing any of these, you are almost certainly looking at a counterbalance issue. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to follow the manual's own logical path to get to the bottom of this. We've already covered the signs. Next, we'll talk about the single most important rule of this whole diagnosis. Then we'll get hands-on testing the pressure valve. Then we'll check the cylinder itself for leaks. And finally, we'll put it all together to figure out exactly what to do next. So, with those signs fresh in our minds, let's get right into the very first rule of a proper diagnosis. Look, before we even think about wrestling with that big hydraulic cylinder, we have to follow the golden rule of troubleshooting. Always rule out the simple stuff first. And in this case, that means we have to check the pressure-reducing valve before we even consider blaming the cylinder. And I really can't stress this enough. Following this exact order could save you a massive amount of time, effort, and money. The manual is crystal clear about this. Valve first, then cylinder. Do not skip ahead. All right, let's get our hands dirty and start our investigation with that pressure-reducing valve. This is our first big diagnostic test. And before we touch a single thing, we start with safety. And listen, this isn't a suggestion, it's a command, and it's repeated all over the manual for a reason. Stop the machine, throw that main power disconnect to off, and lock it out. Safety is absolutely not optional. Okay, first step is to get the right tool for the job. You're going to need a pressure gauge that can handle at least 1,000 psi. And this diagram, straight from the manual, shows you exactly where it goes, right into the O-ring port on the valve mounting block. No guesswork needed. Okay, with our gauge installed, we've got a very specific procedure to follow. First, you're going to go into the electrical cabinet and turn off the Z-axis circuit breaker. Now, this is a pretty clever move from the manual, right? It isolates our test so we don't get any unwanted movement. Then close the doors, start the machine up, and power feed the X-axis up at 200 inches per minute, keeping a close eye on that gauge. Then do the exact same thing, but moving it down. And this is the magic number you're looking for. As you're moving that axis up and down, the pressure on your gauge should not jump up or drop down by more than 30 psi. That's it. That is our pass or fail line in the sand. So this is where we hit a fork in the road, and your pressure gauge tells you exactly which path to take. If that pressure change was less than 30 psi, the manual says your valve is good to go. Awesome. You can now move on to checking the cylinder. But if that needle jumped more than 30 psi, your diagnosis stops right here. The valve is defective and it's got to be replaced. So, if your valve passed the test with flying colors, but you're still seeing those nasty symptoms, well, it's time for the main event. Now we check the counterbalance cylinder itself for an internal leak. And what's the very first step? You guessed it. Safety. Again, we power down completely and lock it out before we go any further. The fact that the manual repeats this so much should tell you how incredibly important it is. Okay, now we need to find our connection point. And this illustration is perfect. It shows us exactly what we're looking for, the cylinder's exhaust line. The manual is very specific, telling us it's the line located at the top, or what they call the rod end, of the cylinder. Now, this procedure needs to be followed to the letter, so let's walk through it. You're going to disconnect that exhaust line, and then you'll cap the line itself off. Next, connect a temporary hose to that same fitting on the cylinder and just stick the other end in a container. Then start the machine and let it sit there for exactly 30 seconds. Now, this part is absolutely critical. Do not move the X-axis. Any movement is going to completely skew your results. After 30 seconds on the dot, stop the machine and measure whatever oil you've collected. And here we are, our second magic number for today. The absolute maximum amount of oil you should see in that container after 30 seconds is 1 pint, or about half a liter. If you've got more than that, well, that's telling us we have a problem. All right, we've done the tests, we've gathered our data. Now for the moment of truth, the final and most important section, making sense of what we just found. It's really this simple and this direct. If you collected more than 1 pint of oil in that 30-second window, the service manual confirms it. The cylinder has excessive internal leakage. It means the seals inside have failed. And there you have it, the final verdict. A cylinder that fails this test is officially defective. There's no repairing it. The only solution is to replace it. And from here, the manual points you to the full replacement procedure, which is, the next chapter in your repair journey. So, just by following this logical path, straight from the people who designed the machine, you've gone from having some vague, frustrating symptoms to a definite, confident diagnosis. You've successfully isolated the problem. So the only question left is, are you ready for what comes next?